between the lines.
Yeah. Well, here we go with Ronald Brock giving you an update. Where'd he go? He's not in bed anymore. Look at him. He's setting up here and got a pretty nice breakfast meal here. Seen some eggs, sausage, and pancake or something over there. So, how are we feeling this morning, Ronald?
Well, they keep walking in that door, and everybody walks in the door and says, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm in the hospital." They think that's a pretty good answer. I've never cared for the statement. Said, "I'm just fine. How are you?" "I'm just fine." I said, "Both of you lied." I come from the old school where they used to say, "Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night," because that's what we mean. We don't say it, but I don't understand it. But anyway, that's where we are and trivial. And it looks like they're going to release me to go back and start rehabilitating. And supposedly, and they said I'm about as good as I'm going to get. I haven't really noticed any difference. I'm still winded. And
And you had what done?
oh, I had a cardiac um, valve replacement. Okay, and the
They
no, it's
done.
aortic valve replacement.
Yeah, and they done that going in your femoral artery. Unbelievable.
Yeah, through the groin. And the man who just left, we were talking to, had open heart surgery,
Okay.
and how good he feels now. And he's all full of energy. I don't feel like I'm all full of any kind of energy.
Well, Paula Heath is watching right now, and she said to tell you hello.
Who's that?
Paulie Heath,
Oh, okay.
the Michael, his wife, Mike Heath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his wife. She says good to see you. So she's looking at you and listening to you right now.
Today's technology is amazing, is
It
it not?
is.
Communicating
It's
back and forth.
dangerous.
Communicating back and forth, but uh, there's a lot of things I'd like to have in the schedule, a lot of things I'd like to be doing, and I know as the way I feel at the moment, I won't be doing them, but hopefully speaking, things will get better. And just like that little breathalyzer, they're supposed to do 10 times every hour. I said, huh? But I guess it build up the stamina, build up this a lot of things that build up stamina, and which I will be somewhat doing.
Yeah. Well, just for you knowing that Michael is or Mike is watching too, so
Oh, okay.
he's hearing you as well, and they've talked about you a lot and stuff, and glad that they was able to meet you there in D.C. and stuff. But you look a whole lot better than before you came in. I don't know, you're not running around ready to run and go back in the Navy, I guess, but. But you're looking good. But I let everybody know that when I walked in the door, I was going to trying to get it where I could record. But Ronald had a volunteer that came in the room to talk to him, to see him, and tell him a little bit about outpatient rehab and here at the hospital. And he shared a little bit that he's I guess a good old boy, a good man that's spent all his life going to a Methodist church. But as we know, the church don't save you. But Ronald was. I told the guy that he had got a live wire here, but Ronald knew better and didn't let it just sit at that, and really engaged him on witnessing and telling him that you need to be born again, not just be a Methodist member of a church or whatever it may be. So that's what we all need to remember. That just because somebody says they're a member of something, and I've told some before when I was witness to some that I kind of found out and knew that they was a Catholic, and they said, "Well, I'm a Catholic," and I said, "Well, all Catholics going to hell," and and then that kind of set him back, and I said, "So are Baptists and Methodists and everything else." And he didn't know what to think then. And I said, the only ones going to heaven are a Christian. So we need to remember that when we're witnessing to people, because, and I think a lot of people that I associate with um, understand and do that. So, yeah, Michael here is saying hello to you, Ronald.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning. Uh, the blessings of the ministry I have. Not there's so much that I'm supposed to be doing for my arthritis and my just the heart. I'm falling apart and I don't like it. I'm getting old and I don't like it. Okay, but the blessing is all I have to do is get the billboard on the street.
Yeah, but you may be getting old, and you may not. You may be getting a little slower, but there's nobody out that's engaging the culture as you are, and where a lot of people would use your handicaps that you've had for years now from uh, arthritis and a whole long list. They would say it's time to throw in the towel and time to retire and everything else. But you have kept on going, and what some people say. And so, what excuse do you have? So we don't have any. When you're out here and braving the cold and braving the heat and braving the sodomite and abortionists and everything else, everywhere you go, and some of them attacking you and physically and attacking you as far as the truck and ripping off signs and painting your truck and flattening your tires, and the list just goes on and on. So we should be ashamed of ourselves, and seeing and using you as an example that we need to strengthen ourselves and put our sandals or boots on and get out here in this culture war.
Well, I've had the member people have said this to me. Have said this to me and about retiring, and I said, "Would you show me where that is in the scriptures?" I can't find it in my Bible. All we have is a change in job description. You can always be a worth someplace, somehow. And that's where you have the greatest joy in life is if you are and you're doing. The blessing is not that the Lord won't, commonly statements people say the Lord will bless you for what you're doing. And I said, no, he won't. The blessing is he uses us. He uses us. Looking at the scriptures, I was talking to my brother's wife yesterday, and I just telling her the mess that we got and where we are in life, and we need to be out there witnessing all the time. And she's finally hitting kind of a realization of what she is doing, that I'm doing what the scriptures say to do, and which I am thankful for. Thankful the Lord laid this on my heart to do, and won't let me slack back.
Got somebody else checking in on you, see how you doing. And how long you been in ministry on the road, fighting for the lives of the unborn, preborn children, and the culture war of these perverted, hell bent sodomites and all that kind of stuff. How long you been doing this, Ronald?
Well, a lot of questions wrapped up in one statement. A lot of different issues. But I first got started October the 4th, 1988. And up till that time, I had never been to an abortion clinic. Didn't know anybody had been to an abortion clinic. Never thought about being at an abortion clinic. But that's back when, before we had all this internet and all this other information. The only place I got information from was James Dobson on Focus on the Family. He's the only one I knew that addressed any of these issues back then. And I heard it on his program. And because Operation Rescue now called Operation Save America. At that time, had done a rescue during the Democratic National Convention in Atlanta, and had just gotten out of jail. And then they gave higher laws, God's law being higher than man's. I remember sending away for the brochure from it, just because it was available, and Randall Terry at that time was out in Bingham, New York, and that was the base of things. And I called and asked for him to send me a copy of Higher Laws. And in the same envelope came a brochure. We're doing a rescue in Atlanta. Will you come? 3 days later, I was on a plane. 4 days later, I was in jail, having been beat up by the police.
Beat up? No,
Yeah.
not by the police.
And,
They're here to protect us.
well, those who were around during those times can talk about it. If Linda Beckman's watching this, she would know about it. Okay, and those are around, they know all about it, where we were. And did we like it? No. No. Do we want to do it again? No. But are we thankful we did it? Absolutely. And if that's where the battle took us, that's where we want to be counted again. And from there, it just went from blocking the doors in abortion clinics, having a jail ministry for about 5 years, and then went back and was fighting the culture war about 1995 in California. Back then, I thought all the issues we're fighting here right now. It just took a while to get over here. Okay, California, there's no fight going on. They're in a sewer. Everybody knows that. There's no battle. It's all done. All you do is get abuse, which I got enough when I was there before. And because it all happened there before when I was on the streets. But I can remember old Connie Yunkin and myself when she and I would go out. She was a Deborah and leader. And us going to the street corners with the graphic signs. I'd have my van at that time with signs on it. At one corner, she'd be on a second, and I'd be on a third. And that's what we did. Okay, blessings. And then it really got interesting when we started going to the high schools. Then the junior highs, it really got interesting. About our great receptions. But anyway, Earth Days, we were busy. And till she and her husband opened an orphanage, which was, she was a nurse, he was a doctor. And we got somebody else at the door.
Can't get no rest in the hospital, can you? They always checking on you. See how you doing.
She just left a moment ago. But I guess I should get around to what we're doing here. But anyway, and the Lord just gradually led into where I have a message, God's message on the true truck witnessing, and this is the mess we have. And people say they either do or don't like it. I said, don't talk to me. I'm but the messenger. We're all supposed to be messengers. But I guess I get back around to you.
Yeah, we'll see what the nurse has got to say, Okay, we'll catch up with you later on.